Hi everybody, it's Linda from Linda Takes It Back. Sorry if I'm a little red in the face. I just worked out and I feel fantastic. It's so bizarre. We are on vacation right now in Delaware, and we came to this place last year right after my VSG surgery. So I think I was just about, I'm trying to think, like 8 weeks out, and I was thinking and trying to calculate it at that time that I could eat real food again. I was at the real food stage, so it had to be around 8 weeks or the 9th week. And it's so funny to be back a year later and feel so different, and everything is different with my pain levels, and it's just so much better. Sorry I haven't done an update in a while. I actually filmed 2 and went to go edit them and just thought I was really dorky and didn't finish editing them. So the reason I can do a video now is because everybody's at the beach today, and we're here with another family. So it's 8 of us, and we're having a really great time. But it's supposed to be a high of either 98 or 101 today. And I don't know about you guys, but ever since I had the VSG surgery, I cannot handle the heat. And I couldn't really handle it that well before, but now I feel like it's just like I get faint, I get real dizzy, and I'm worried about getting dehydrated and all that. So I said no. And I also have another situation going on that walking across the sand or carrying things would be really difficult for me. So I said no. And instead, I went to their fitness center. And our fitness centers at home aren't open yet, even though they could be. So my community center is not open because they're replacing the roof. So we have not been able to go to the gym, even though we're in the green phase. And I was just kind of really dying to be on the elliptical. And it's the weirdest feeling because I don't even like the elliptical that much, but my body missed it, right? So they have a lot of really great regulations here, and I felt very comfortable checking out the gym. I like people who have rules, and they tell you what the rules are. Maybe they give you a list, and maybe it has bulleted points, and that's extra credit with me. Like I'm like, yes, just tell me what your rules are. Tell me what you're gonna do to protect me, okay? So for their gym, you're not allowed to have more than 6 people in the gym at a time. It's not that big of a gym. And you get 45-minute time slot, and then they clean it for 15 minutes before the next group comes in. So every single round of people, they're cleaning it. And when it might actually be a half an hour, I'm not sure. But when I went in, I was the only one there. And then a few minutes in, somebody else came. So it was me and one other girl working out, and it was fine. I felt like really safe, and I cleaned everything off after I used it, and they had sanitizer there, so it was a good situation. Anyway, though, I got on the elliptical and it was amazing. It was just like such a good feeling because all I've been able to do is walk, and it's kind of boring, and it really doesn't work your leg muscles. You get the cardio, but you're not really taxing your muscles, and I missed that. So I was able to do 20 minutes on the elliptical, and actually I did 25, and then I worked on some arm weights, and it was just awesome. I can't even explain how good it felt to do that after, it was like February, it was the last time I was able to go to the gym, and I usually did my chair yoga class and everything. So anyway, we're here on vacation, and it's super hot, but we have this beautiful house, and this complex is just amazing. It has like 3 pools. One of them's members only, so it has 2 pools that we can use, 2 fitness centers, and they're building like a whole new building that's going to be for like weddings and stuff like that, but also is going to have a restaurant. It's going to be really cool. When I get home, I found out that I have to have a 3rd surgery. So August 3rd, I am having another surgery. So let me tell you what happened. So when the whole COVID thing happened, I lost my mind. I have anxiety, but I've never had, I've had parts of time where it kind of just overwhelmed me. But this was a whole different feeling. This was a feeling that was like a panic kind of. And I noticed that at the first few weeks of everything, and the kids being home and me not knowing how we were going to handle it, how school was going to happen, what we needed to do to be safe. Like I had stockpiled food, like if you saw my pantry videos, so I knew I was safe that way, but I didn't know how to keep my kids safe or keep us safe. And I would walk around and feel like an out-of-body experience. And I would look down and I'm like, I'm pretty sure my hand's shaking. I'm pretty sure I'm freaking out on the inside and the outside. So I started eating those, little Lifesavers mints I mentioned back a while back. I just started eating them. And I gained 10 pounds in 1 month. And I was down to like 167.8, around that. So I was 177.5 when I went, oh my God, right? And I've been trying to lose that. I've lost 5 so far. And it's up and down, same pound, but I'm keeping it steady, which I think is really important right now. But what I notice is that the way that the weight came on me looked different. And let me show you. Okay. So I don't know if you can see. Sorry, I hit the table there. So I noticed that I suddenly had a belly here. So I've already lost 5 pounds. So I'm only 5 pounds up. And I know the way that my stomach looks, before it looked a certain way. And of course, when I had the VSG surgery, this swelled up a lot. And I had my gallbladder out in December and it was swollen for a little bit, but not too long. So right here is a lot higher and firmer than down here. And this is usually my biggest part. So it's right above my belly button. And when I had my gallbladder out, there was a vertical incision where my belly button was. So if you feel it standing up, it feels firm. And then over here is just like fat and jelly. So that was concerning. And I started looking up things on the internet, which you should never do. And then one day I was sitting down and I pushed on it and it went like that. And I'm like, okay, your stomach's not supposed to do that. And then I could feel liquid running through it if I drank. So I wrote to my primary care doctor. Sorry if this is crooked, it looks a little crooked. And she did not want to see me because of COVID. She's like, it sounds like a muscle pull. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. So I wrote to my bariatric center and they set up an ultrasound for me. Instead of me going down to the office in the middle of the city, they set up an ultrasound. And I wrote my primary care doctor back and I said, I don't think it's a muscle pull. I said, I think it's a hernia. And that the bariatric center was doing an ultrasound for me. So I went in for the ultrasound and I could see, I had to stand up while they did it because when you lay down, everything kind of goes back in. And when you stand up, it bulges a lot more. So I could see on the ultrasound a circle and I could see fluid moving through it. And I was like, oh, that's not good. I was trying to ask the technician questions and she's like, I can't really answer. And I'm like, that's bad though, right? That's not supposed to be there. And I knew from when I did IVF and they measured your ovaries, so they would take a measurement and they click and then they measure and then they click. She's measuring this hole. So that's what it is. I have an incisional hernia right where my gallbladder was taken out. I didn't even know this was a complication. I thought hernias were like umbilical hernias or the kind you have in your esophagus that you get fixed before you have VSG. I didn't know about incisional hernias. So fabulous. And it's 3 centimeters around. I did go to my bariatric surgeon, Dr. Dumont at Penn, and he's going to be doing robotic surgery for me. I'm hoping that the recovery won't be too bad. I had to decide whether I was going to do it in August or in September, thinking the kids might go back to school, but I honestly don't know that that's going to happen. So I thought, well, maybe I should be healed by then so that when the kids don't go back to school, I can be available. And if I had the surgery, I wouldn't be able to drive, a whole thing. So August 3rd, I just can't believe I'm having another surgery. It's a bummer, but the gallbladder was fairly simple and a fairly easy recovery. The VSG physically was an easy recovery, but the whole eating, nutrition part was a struggle. You really had to be focused on what you were doing there and getting your water in. So I don't think it'll be like that. And as long as I don't have any complications, it should be good. That's what's happening. Oh, so there's another thing that I bought for it because sometimes I get sore. This is how I started to notice something was wrong, because I would get sore in my stomach. Like if I was cooking and I was lifting pots and pans and things, I'd be like, I have to go sit down. It feels like I pulled a muscle. And I went and bought this abdominal binder off of Amazon. So it's got a thing for the hernia, and you're supposed to just put it right over that area and then pull it tight. And that kind of holds you in and gives you some extra support. I did not wear it to the gym. I was testing that out, but I'm also not doing weight machines. If I was doing anything where I was really pushing or straining, which I shouldn't be doing right now anyway, I would have worn that. And sometimes I wear it to bed if I've just felt like things were getting sore and I wasn't sleeping well, and I wear it to bed. Other times I'll just lay flat on the couch on my back and it kind of goes back in. So I don't know if any of you have had this situation, if you can give me any words of advice about the recovery. I did see one YouTube video where the person had an inguinal hernia, and they actually went in through the belly button and the stomach area. So he was talking about recovery from that, but there's not a lot at all on YouTube about people going through this. So maybe I'll document it in case anybody else has this. Keep an eye out if you've had numerous surgeries. And also I had a twin pregnancy. So I guess my muscles are kind of weak. And well, I knew that forever they've been weak, but now they're weaker. Yeah, it's a bummer. Otherwise, things are going well. We brought all our keto stuff on vacation. We brought tons of stuff to grill. I did have a little bit of a margarita last night, just like this much, and it was a sparkling margarita, which I didn't know. And I just tried it, but things are so sweet right now. Like once you're on keto, if you drink something with sugar in it, you're just like, whoa, too much. I want to water it down. It just tastes too much. I had a cold. I still have like a little congestion. I had a cold last week, which is scary. COVID times, it's very scary. And it started off as allergies and just kind of worked its way down like this. And my daughters had it too, but we're all better now. We had no fever the whole time, just sneezing and that kind of thing. And I'm glad not to be feeling strange and wonky anymore, because it's just too much like to handle. I hope you're all trying to have a good summer in some way. I know it's just so hard right now. And if you have any advice about hernia operation, I'd love to hear it. About recovery, things I can do. Some people said you could put like cold packs on, and of course pressure and things like that. So let me know what you think, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys.